Planets in our solar system. Mercury. The smallest planet in our solar system and nearest to the Sun, Mercury is only slightly larger than Earth's moon. From the surface of Mercury, the Sun would appear more than 3 times as large as it does when viewed from Earth. And the sunlight would be as much as 7 times brighter. Despite its proximity to the Sun, Mercury is not the hottest planet in our solar system. That title belongs to nearby Venus, thanks to its dense atmosphere. Because of Mercury's elliptical egg-shaped orbit and sluggish rotation, the Sun appears to rise briefly, set, and rise again from some parts of the planet's surface. The same thing happens in reverse at sunset. Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun and is Earth's closest planetary neighbor. It's one of the 4 inner, terrestrial, or rocky planets, and it's often called Earth's twin because it's similar in size and density. These are not identical twins, however, there are radical differences between the 2 worlds. Venus has a thick, toxic atmosphere filled with carbon dioxide, and it's perpetually shrouded in thick, yellowish clouds of sulfuric acid that trap heat, causing a runaway greenhouse effect. It's the hottest planet in our solar system, even though Mercury is closer to the Sun. Surface temperatures on Venus are about 900 degrees Fahrenheit, 475 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. The surface is a rusty color, and it's peppered with intensely crunched mountains and thousands of large volcanoes. Earth, our home planet, is the 3rd planet from the Sun, and the only place we know of so far that's inhabited by living things, while Earth is only the 5th largest planet in the solar system. It is the only world in our solar system with liquid water on the surface. Just slightly larger than nearby Venus, Earth is the biggest of the 4 planets closest to the Sun, all of which are made of rock and metal. The name Earth is at least 1,000 years old. All of the planets, except for Earth, were named after Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. However, the name Earth is a Germanic word, which simply means the ground. Mars. Mars is the 4th planet from the Sun, the dusty, cold, desert world with a very thin atmosphere. Mars is also a dynamic planet with seasons, polar ice caps, canyons, extinct volcanoes, and evidence that it was even more active in the past. Mars is one of the most explored bodies in our solar system, and it's the only planet where we've sent rovers to roam the alien landscape. Jupiter. Jupiter has a long history of surprising scientists, all the way back to 1610, when Galileo Galilei found the first moons beyond Earth. That discovery changed the way we see the universe. 5th in line from the Sun, Jupiter is, by far, the largest planet in the solar system, more than twice as massive as all the other planets combined. Jupiter's familiar stripes and swirls are actually cold, windy clouds of ammonia and water, floating in an atmosphere of hydrogen and helium. Jupiter's iconic Great Red Spot is a giant storm bigger than Earth that has raged for hundreds of years. Saturn. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun and the 2nd largest planet in our solar system. Adorned with thousands of beautiful ringlets, Saturn is unique among the planets. It is not the only planet to have rings made of chunks of ice and rock, but none are as spectacular or as complicated as Saturn's. Like fellow gas giant Jupiter, Saturn is a massive ball made mostly of hydrogen and helium. Uranus. Uranus is the 7th planet from the Sun and has the 3rd largest diameter in our solar system. It was the first planet found with the aid of a telescope. Uranus was discovered in 1781 by astronomer William Herschel, although he originally thought it was either a comet or a star. It was 2 years later that the object was universally accepted as a new planet, in part because of observations by astronomer Johann Alert Bode. Herschel tried unsuccessfully to name his discovery Georgium Sidus, after King George III. Instead, the scientific community accepted Bode's suggestion to name it Uranus, the Greek god of the sky, as suggested by Bode. Neptune. Neptune is the 8th and most distant planet in our solar system. Dark, cold, and whipped by supersonic winds, ice giant. More than 30 times as far from the Sun as Earth, Neptune is the only planet in our solar system not visible to the naked eye and the first predicted by mathematics before its discovery. In 2011, Neptune completed its first 165-year orbit since its discovery in 1846. NASA's Voyager 2 is the only spacecraft to have visited Neptune up close. It flew past in 1989 on its way out of the solar system.